Hey, what's up? With Turbo Boost going out, a lot of people are probably going to be pushing 3K, so I just figured I'd put out some 13s, 14s, and 15s we've been doing lately to show kind of the routing and how to get through these dungeons at those levels for all of y'all, so you can hopefully get your 3Ks a little bit easier going forward. So this is me, Saw, Kral, Jiv, and a random paladin, but what we're going to do is we're just going to... A lot of people will lust this first pull, and you totally can if you want to pull everything, but I find the more dangerous pull is across the bridge, so we just do this pull, kind of chill, and then we're going to lust the first pull over the bridge. I find the shield's really hard to see on this. You could kind of see it there, but make sure you're always trying to stand behind it. Oh, Raul got... Actually, no, I'm not going to check it now, but Raul got clipped by the orbs. You'll notice in a few of these videos, we did all these runs back to back, and poor Raul was kind of our sacrificial first death every run. So we're going to go over left here and lust the triple caster pack. At a low enough level, you can add this Void Rider in, especially if you can CC that one Thunderer off to the side, but it can be pretty sketchy, so it's... I think it's just as good to do this in 2 pulls rather than trying to bring that in. Try and get as many stops, kicks, everything on the lightning bolts as you can. They do get pretty scary, and you guys are going to want to basically be rolling defensives through this whole pull. Just, I mean, ideally you have that weak aura that lets you know when you're being targeted by something, but if you don't, just make sure you keep your defensives up. Basically, the safest way to do this area, and everybody has more than enough gear to do it these days, is to just do each side in 2 pulls, just like we're going to do here. When you're doing these Void Riders with the Storm Rooks, if you're getting Energizing Barraged while the Void Rider is doing its AoE pulse, make sure you have a defensive. We'll just speed this up through here, because this is all basically just the same stuff. I kind of run out of defensives here, so I'm in a little bit of trouble, but Sock gets me through. I guess I had mud up I could have used, but... This is the most boring boss ever. He basically only does damage when these circles go out. And one thing you'll notice is as soon as the circles go out, I try and stack up kind of close to somebody, because those lines of circles are baited on people, so if you can kind of stack up the lines, then you end up having a space that you can stand there and DPS from. Also, if you're tanking it, try and give a little bit of room towards the inside just for people to move. I used to tank it like right against the edge there, and it's not as good because people can't spread out as well. I always bring him to a safe spot after he comes back, just so that you don't have to move going into the phase, but it doesn't really matter. You can just tank him where he lands, too. This is one of those boss fights that feels like it just goes on forever because there's not really anything going on. Make sure you hit at least one bird on your way down. This pull's pretty scary, so make sure everybody's got defensives and stuff going into it. Everybody's pretty much got offensives coming into it too, so. The focus in this that I think a lot of people don't really do enough is the oracles. The people that really kill people here are the void bolts going out while other damage is going on. So make sure you're targeting those first. Like the big guys hurt, but they aren't what's going to kill you for the most part. Now we generally would lust this with the two guys, but since lust is still a minute away, we're just going to split it up. We're going to kill the oracles, and then we'll pull the two guys in afterwards. And we'll save lust for the next boss. Excuse me, I got allergies today. I've sniffed in here trying to make sure the mic doesn't pick it up. This, if you do this giant pull with lust, this is one of the scarier pulls this season. Just because those two casters plus the two suck-in things are big damage. And you really don't need to do the giant pull to time this on a decent level. Like this is a 14, I think. Yeah, 14. And we're going to finish with lots of time to spare. For handling the debuff on this boss, you can pass it back and forth to the tank. I find pretty easy to take 2 stacks on Brewmaster, so feel free. When I do this on my Paladin, it's a little bit sketchier taking 2 stacks, but it really doesn't do that much damage. As long as the DPS doesn't get back-to-back applications, you'll generally be fine. If you are going to take 2 stacks as a tank, make sure you have a defensive available for it, though. Mud is really good for it because you get the CDR from the dot portion. We haven't pulled this with the parasol skip route. I'm pretty sure someone in the group doesn't even have the parasol, but it doesn't matter. It's a small time save to do the parasol skip, but you definitely don't need it.
I do not like that it feels darker and colder as we go down. What is that? What did Gorin bring here? The lift is out.
So we're going to pull the 2 crushers with the civilians, and then once the civilians are gone, we're going to move into the big rock. One thing to know is this Feasting Void, once the heal absorb is gone, it stops doing damage, so if you're in a Warlock party or whatever with health stones, when it immediately ticks out, you can just pop a health stone and pretty much remove it, generally all on your own. I'm a little slow to add the rock pack on this pull because I wasn't sure if Sock had enough mana for it. We were chatting about whether we could do it or not, and he told me to do it, so I just went for it, and it worked out fine. Always let your healer, make sure you're ready to go into the boss right after this pull, just in case somebody pulls immediately when this pull goes down. I'm pretty sure that's what happens this run. I can't 100% remember. And on this pull, you want to focus the Ascendant. You want the Ascendant to be dead so that there's no heal absorbs going out while the Void Stone is pulsing. Yeah, see, he got insta-pulled, so we're just good to go. Grab the boss. So I used to not dodge the wave. Brew can just eat them pretty easily. And on the ones where the circles are out, they're pretty hard to dodge, so I just eat it. My Paladin gets pretty fucked up by the wave, so I generally always dodge it on my Paladin unless I have a giant defensive, which I save for the overlaps. But come like 13s, 14s, 15s, those waves start to really hurt, so you're just saving yourself a bunch of trouble just by dodging them. You do need a little bit of a speed boost or a roll or something to get out of them every time. I mean, you might not, but it makes it significantly easier. Yeah, like, see, you can't really dodge the ones when the circles are out, so just make sure you have something for them. I used Mud that one. I mean, that's pretty much the key. We'll let this run out, but we don't wipe or anything, and you just gotta burn through this boss, try to save some big CDs for the burn phases when the shield is down. Because he takes, I think, 200% damage when the shield's down. Maybe he doesn't even, and I'm just making it up, but you're only doing real damage to him when the shield's down, regardless. I really should have just sent Touch of Death there to get the 5% damage increase, but I wasn't really thinking. And there you go. So that was a 14 Rookery. Rookery is kind of one of the easier dungeons this season. You just gotta make sure you play safe and get through it, because there's a couple pulls that you can really lose some death timer on, and you don't want to do that at all. So that's Rookery, and I will start working on other ones.